Are you a good listener or are you a bad listener? If you're a good listener, congratulations, you have a strong communication skills. And if you're a bad listener but you are just a good speaker, you just want to speak up but not ready to listen, then let me tell you, this is a biggest drawback in your communication skills. Having a strong communication skills is valued in every industries, but along with that, listening skill is super valued anywhere you go in any industries, say it in personal and professional life. Everyone wants to become a speaker, but no one wants to become a good listener. No one has so much of time to listen to someone because we all are rushing and running in our own life, right? But having this one skill can take you to the top notch in your industry wherever you are, in person or in your professional life. Now, why listening skills is very important? It is important to improve your relationship with anyone, say it in a professional settings or in your personal life. It improves your relationship. Second thing is that it increases your power to influence, serve and motivate and develop people effectively. So this is the second reason. And the third thing is that it enhances the basic human interaction when you become a very good listener. And on the last thing is that it enables you to operate effectively at your workspace when you are a good listener. Okay, and say for example, you want to do sales, you want to do negotiation, you want to take an interview, you are a HR, you want to crack client, you want to do a market research, you want to facilitate something, you want to manage something, you want to organize things, you want to manage your team, you want to build a business, you want to understand your client, then here you need is listening skill. Okay, without listening skill you cannot operate properly, because like I told you, strong communication skills is valued but listening skill is super valued, which people undervalue right now. Listening skill is underrated skill for people in today's time, but listening skill is something that has to be overrated, that has to be taken seriously, that has to be considered. Now you might ask that, okay Sujata, everything is fine, yeah it is very important, but how do I improve? Because I don't have so much of patience to listen to people. I have my own stuff to do, but I also want everything that you just told me. I want promotion, I want to do interview, I want to have a good clients, I want to onboard good clients, I want to understand them, but I don't have so much of time. How can I build and how can I improve my listening skill? So here the first thing, when you are having an interaction with anyone, okay, maybe you're having an interaction with your girlfriend or your partner or your client one-on-one or with your team members, it's very important for you to understand that maintain eye contact with the speaker. Okay, whoever is speaking, see, if I am talking to you, say for example I and you are sitting for a cup of coffee and I am just talking about me, you know what, I am this person, I am that person, I am that person, I've done this, I've achieved this, I've done this, I blah 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 blah. After a while you'll get bored and you will be like, oh my god, this lady just talks about her, she don't even cares that if I'm doing well, if I'm enjoying, she didn't even ask me any questions, she's so much busy just talking about herself. This will create lot of negative impact, and that's why we say that when you listen, okay, it's a strong way of communicating. So it's like I'm asking you multiple set of questions. I'm like, oh my god, how are you doing it, what are you doing, I just saw this you being on the stage, blah blah blah. So I'm showing so much of interest in your life that you will be like, Sujata, since then I'm talking about me, I would love to know about you more in detail. I know that I know you through social media, but yeah, I'm so much curious to know more about you. So they will show upfront interest in you. Okay, so we all want a good listener, isn't it? So to become a good listener, we have to make sure we maintain an eye contact with the speaker. So if someone is speaking, make sure that you're listening, you're focusing. That doesn't mean that you glue your eyes in the person's eye and you just keep listening. No, I'm not asking you to glue your eyes. What I'm asking you is that maintain a 80-20 rule. you can look in the person's eye for 80% and 20% you can look here and there, but make sure you avoid your screen time when you are with someone. Don't be busy scrolling your phone, don't be busy looking here and there, not paying attention to the person. That person will not feel heard and considered, and that's where it is very important for you to maintain eye contact, so that the other person feels special, the other person feels heard, the other person feels considered. This helps you in building a good rapport, this helps you in building a good connection with the other person, and that's where you'll build a very good relation with the other person. So the other person should feel right that next time I need to talk to this person, because this person understands, this person listens, this person values my words. Okay, so it's very important for you to maintain eye contact. Next thing is that visualize what speaker is saying. What do I mean by that is that try to literally picture what the other person is trying to say. Try to visualize what the person is trying to say. Try to visualize in your mind, okay, this person is trying to say this person is, this helps you in understanding the other person better. You got to visualize them. If the person says, what, I was with the boss and this is what, try to visualize, try to maintain eye contact. That again helps you a lot. Otherwise this if you don't do this, if you lose the focus, and also again it's not going to work. So make sure that you immediately refocus just in case you lose the focus. Visualize, understand, empathize. Okay, and lot of them, the third thing is limit judgment. We want someone who listens to us in a non-judgmental manner. We want a safe space to share our feelings, isn't it? So if we find someone who is judging us, if I'm telling something, the other person, oh, that's why I told you that you don't have to do this, and you're still doing this, you don't listen to me, blah blah blah. If you judge the other person, next time the other person is not going to open up so much with you. The other person is not going to show up to you. The other person will not come and discuss with you or express their feeling. Why? Because you are not giving them a safe space to vent it out. You are very judgmental. In this way, you are not a good speaker, good listener again. So make sure you limit your judgment. When the person is talking, you just try to I know that there will be a time that you feel that, oh, this person is red flag and she is talking about this. I know you will have this judgmental thing. But what you can do is that you can rewire, bring your focus back to the positivity and be like, cool, let the other person finish before I judge the person. Okay, give that person, that's what I say, that be a good listener. When you be a good listener, you let the other person to speak first before you judge anything. Okay, and even when you have to tell something, you will correct it, but you'll not judge the other person. Okay, do you think that if I judge you, you'll definitely not feel good and you'll definitely not come back to me? So it's very important to give a non-judgmental space, and especially if you are a coach, if you are a mentor, if you are a trainer, if you are a teacher, if you are a mother, if you are a good friend, have a non-judgmental space for people, okay, so that they feel good to come back to you. Next thing is, don't interrupt. If you want to become a good listener, you have to make sure that you don't cut someone when they are talking about something. So make sure that you wait for the other person to finish, take a pause, and then you give your perspective. But if you be like, the other person is talking and you're like, no, I was thinking this is what I told you. No, you're not going to interrupt. Listen carefully, then wait for the person to finish, then you put your thoughts forward. This is one of the good way of communicating in professional and personal settings. This helps you a lot in improving your relationships. Okay, next thing is, like I told you, wait for the pause to ask questions. It's very important. Lot of them, if they have a question, they'll be like, well, the other person is talking. You start asking, oh, then what happened to the other person? Oh, what happened? No. Oh, after that, what happened? No. Let the person finish, wait for the pause, then you ask your question. By doing this, what happens, that the other person feels that, okay, let me tell it out, because some people will not tell you that let me finish. But there will be some people who will like, I'm talking, right? Let me finish, then you talk. Okay. So it is a very bad impression as a listener. So that is where you need to wait for the other person to pause and then you talk. Now there's one pro tip that I can give you here in between, is that if someone is communicating to you, for example, I'm so overwhelmed and you are my friend, and I come and I want to tell a lot of things. So before the person starts, you tell, okay, do you want me to listen to you today, or do you want a solution out of what you are trying to say? If the person says, I just want you to listen to me, no one are listening to me, and blah blah blah, just listen. And if the person says, I need a solution for it, I don't know, I'm searching for the solution and stuff, then okay, I listen and then give them a solution. By doing this, it helps you on again thinking. We all do this. We all are in confusion that, okay, this person is sharing, then how do I react to it? So when the other person makes it clear that I just wanted to listen, I don't want any solution, then just listen. Okay, don't give any solution. So this brings lot of clarity when in your communication skills. Now on the other hand, ask for clarification. If you feel that there's something that you didn't understand, ask for clarification before you judge. Okay, clarify everything. This is what I understood. Wait, so all that you told me right now, you told me this and this things, right? Am I right? The person will be like, no, I meant in this way. So that is how the person will give you a clarity. Always ask for clarification. Don't judge. Don't be like, when you understand half, then start talking with that. No. If you are not clear about something, if there is something missing, ask. That way it will help you to again connect with the other person. And empathize with the speaker. If the person is telling, you know what, I'm feeling so heavy right now, I'm not feeling good about anything, nobody are understanding me, or you know what, the boss was telling me this and I didn't like it. So when the person is venting it out, try to empathize. How can you do that? Always observe the person's tone and try to mirror and match. And maybe you can keep your hand and tell that I totally understand how you're feeling right now. I am fine. I know what you're going through, right? So empathize, reduce your tone, mirror and match the tonality, mirror and match the body language. The other person will feel good that you're feeling that emotion with that other person. Now here, when you see a woman is speaking to you, okay, when women is a speaker, so women don't want solution majorly. 99.9% women don't want solution. Women want you to feel that emotion with her. Okay, but majorly when a man is speaking, and he generally looks for a solution. So that's the difference between men and women. Being a speaker and you as a listener and the opposite person, you got to make sure you understand the differences. Okay, and next thing is pay attention to non-verbal cues. How the person is feeling. Is a person very scared? Is a person super happy? Is a person anger? Is a person, what is happening with the other person? Is a person having anxiety and biting the nails? Try to pay attention to the non-verbal cues, so that will help you to understand them better, that will help you to empathize better, that will help you to respond better, that will help you to calm their nerves down properly. So this is something that will help you.